What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates fans? Happy or Merry Christmas Eve. Gonna give my thoughts on today's Wednesday, December 24th episode, the Christmas episode, the last episode this week. I won't be able to edit pictures from the episode like I usually do. I just want to give my thoughts, and I'm going to try and give it on one take because I'm in a hurry. So apologies for background noises or sirens that are always going by around here. Let's begin chatting about Andre and Dani spending their first Christmas together. The best thing about these scenes for me is just how far Dani has come since the beginning of this series. She was a hot ass mess at the beginning of this show, thanks to Bill cheating on her with their daughter's friend Haley, and they were getting married. Dani couldn't stand it. Dani was going wild, doing violent things, doing crazy things. She's been so unhappy. We saw her basically be an alcoholic, even though the show didn't go that far as to, I guess, make her an alcoholic, but she was looking like one. She was drinking a lot. And the person that helped her through that, despite them just being fuck buddies at the time, was Andre. And now here we are late in the year, and for the past few months, Dani has actually been really, really happy. And I think that is a good story coming into Christmas for that character. So that was nice to see. Nicole started the episode giving out gifts at the country club to some of the staff members. Meanwhile, Leslie and Eva were also spending Christmas together there. They are characters that have also, I guess, come from nothing, and now they're spending Christmas at the country club together. I still don't know how I feel overall with Leslie having money now. I still think maybe they jumped the gun doing that, but maybe that's why we are heading towards this Leslie and Marcel storyline. Maybe he is going to try and take all of her cash away from her, somehow swindle her. It's a story that could get interesting. As for Leslie and Eva's scenes today, I don't really feel like they had enough substance for me. Where the show has done a great job with the character of Dani, I really do feel like they've dropped the ball with Leslie and Eva. The show saw how popular these two characters were at the beginning, and for some reason they panicked and they tried to overwrite for Leslie and kind of let her chew the show up a bit. Like, she became too involved with a lot of the show without having a downfall, and now a lot of fans feel some type of way about Leslie and about Eva. I still do somewhat like both characters, but the direction for their writing has been directionless, and I think that's been a problem. So seeing those two on Christmas Eve together, or Christmas, I guess, on the show, wasn't hitting like I would have thought it would months ago. I would have thought those scenes would have been hitting for me, but they really kind of were not. Now, Eva goes to spend some time with Isaiah for Christmas. Isaiah continued to come on strong to Eva. They end up going back to her apartment. Eva had some lines about not seeing Isaiah as a bad boy, saying he's soft on the inside, just has a hard outer shell. And I would agree. I don't know if the show is doing a great job of showing him to be a bad boy. But the show has been showing him to be overdoing it with trying to bed Eva, especially since he's coming off this other relationship that didn't work out. It could just end up being a rebound for him. I am wondering if that's where they are going with this story, that Eva might be more involved in this relationship than he is, but they did end today's episode making out. Don't know if they will be going any further. Now, Kat surprised Ted today for Christmas with a pizza. Ted spending Christmas alone, having no longer, basically being shunned from the Dupri family after spending so many years, so many decades being a part of those celebrations. Not today. So Kat came and visited her father. And honestly, Kat showed Ted a little more grace than Ted has been showing Kat as of late, I would say. We always harp on Ted not being a great father. I still feel that way. I still feel like he was a clown after yesterday's episode. So honestly, it was big of Kat to be the one to reach out to him on Christmas. He has not done a good job of deciding which way to play this whole rivalry with his two daughters. He is the cause of these problems. And I don't feel like he is actively trying to figure out a way to do a good job of being a good father for both Kat and Eva. And I guess that shouldn't be a surprise because after the truth came out about Ted's past with Leslie and that ruined his and Nicole's marriage, he didn't do a very good job of trying to win Nicole back either. So the Ted character continues to be a fumble, I would say. He did get a visit from Shanice, though, towards the end of the episode, and she brought him some lemon cheesecake for Christmas, which I guess is her specialty, which he seemed to love. Shanice also Leslie did spy on Shanice arriving to Ted's hotel room, so possible tension there. We already know Leslie doesn't like Shanice because of all their run-ins at the hospital, but she's probably going to try and run some interference for that relationship if it moves beyond friendship. I will say, I know a lot of the commenters don't want to see Shanice saddled with Ted, and at this point, I don't either. I do like that the show is keeping them as friends so far, though. If they are going to do some sort of friends to lovers story between Shanice and Ted, which I am a sucker for, it has to be a slow moving story, which I hate to say with this show because a lot of their storylines do move too slow and they kind of lack some substance sometimes. But I think a Ted and Shanice relationship can only work if they actually are only friends for the foreseeable future. Because the show has moved a lot of their relationships too fast and that doesn't work either. However, if this builds slowly, friends to lovers, I think it works out better for those two characters in the long run if they are going to try and do a relationship for those two characters. That's my 2 cents on the Shanice and Ted coupling. Of course, the big deal today was the Christmas party for the Dupris. Vernon and Anita getting it ready. They're already going through a lot because of Anita's diagnosis. As we talked about yesterday, Anita wants this Christmas to be the best Christmas ever. All the family there, and also Sharon and Tracy there, which caused problems when Nicole first arrived because she was side-eyeing Sharon and she was not happy to see Sharon there. She was being a little snotty towards them, and then was seeing Sharon and Vernon off together laughing. So it seems like Ted's information from Leslie did get into Nicole's head. I'm just glad that the truth finally came out today at this big old party. Vernon ends up playing the piano and singing right when Nicole and Dani are about to tell Anita the information they heard about Vernon and Sharon. Luckily, Vernon's singing stopped that from happening. This is what we have been suspecting for months, that Vernon was just having this secret with Sharon because she was teaching him how to sing, and that's exactly what it ends up being. I still don't know why they felt necessary, why they felt they had to do that. I don't think this story really gave us a lot, and it was kind of like plot driven, which this show has become. The show started doing that too much. Way too many plot driven storylines. Like even today, I felt like Nicole's reaction was out of character for Nicole. Like Nicole wants to have this information come out in front of the whole family that Vernon might be cheating on Anita. That seemed out of character from Nicole, especially as someone that went through that at her own anniversary party. I didn't like the writing for that especially. So one problem they do got to fix in the new year is this plot-driven writing that doesn't do well for some of the characters. But I did enjoy Vernon singing. I think Clifton Davis did a very good job. In typical soap opera Christmas fashion, everyone ends up singing one of the Christmas songs. But then Vernon had a song just for Anita, which was Never Can Say Goodbye, which obviously has a bigger meaning because of Anita's breast cancer now that only she and Vernon and the Articulates know about so far. Looks like next week's preview, some of the other family members will probably start finding out about that. I still think with this cancer storyline, they're doing a good job. You could see the grief once again, just like yesterday, between Anita and Vernon looking at each other after Vernon sang her that song. They're obviously both scared, obviously both feeling the grief of that diagnosis. It's gonna be a tough one to get through, to review every single day here. But I think the writing so far is strong for that. And now that the stupid Vernon secret is over with, we can hopefully move on into that direction. And the show can hopefully give us, I mean, they're giving us good acting so far with that story. I guess that's all I could ask for, even if it is a darker storyline that I'm not looking forward to. Because I don't really love heaviness like that with the cancer on soap operas, but that's where we're going. Anyway, I must go. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thanks for watching me all year with Beyond the Gates. Obviously, I'll be back next year before the end of the year, but I might even do something on Friday regarding Beyond the Gates. I kind of want to give a state of the show address just for fun. So I might see you Friday talking about Beyond the Gates. Until that, other than that, I guess I will see you all Sunday for Soap Opera Sunday, and then next week for more Beyond the Gates reviews.